The concept is simple. Turn $50 into $1,000 playing the finest night tracks every Thursday night. This is Bankroll Building and Bourbon. Hello and happy Thursday. It's Josh here with On the Wrong Lead. We are we're back with a little bit of Bankroll Building and Bourbon. I will say that our good old friend Caleb is actually out today. He's in Chicago, so it's just me and Mark tonight, and we figure we'll put him out of his misery. All right, like he was just like done betting these tracks. Unfortunately for Caleb, Sam Houston is no longer running at night, no longer being able to be bet anywhere outside of the state of Texas. And he really is like, am I going to bet Josh's track or Mark's track? And he just kind of gets screwed in this contest. And I really just don't have a problem with it. Mark, do you feel bad for our friend Caleb?
No. I mean, no, I've never felt bad for anybody that looks that goddamn handsome. No, zero.
Dude, Jared Bush is not pulling any punches. He just comes in straight out. Hello, Cherry Dank, my friend. I hate Caleb.
Jared Bush hasn't been here in a while, and it couldn't have made me any happier that the night he comes back, we dunk on Caleb to get going, and he just absolutely slams it home. Like, perfect setup. Thank you, Jared. We also, yeah.
I mean, we might just be able to end the stream now. I mean, we got all of that out the way, but no. Lloyd saying, Jared, I hate jockey bashing.
Ooh.
Well, how do you feel about jockey bashing, Mark?
I think it depends on the situation. If a jockey does something, if you have a horse that has a run style and that jockey obviously takes that horse out of the run style that that they want to run and maybe runs to the run style that the jockey prefers. I think we've all been Rosario'd in that regard once or twice or 100 times before. Then, I think jockey bashing is, it's okay. I'm okay with it. I think there's certain times where we're probably a little too hard on certain jockeys for certain rides. You don't know what the connection said. Did a trainer tell him, hey, we've always sent this horse, but we want you to sit off and see if they can handle kickback, or we're maybe trying to get a little more distance out of them, so we want to do this. Or, I think at certain times we are a little harsh on jockeys. Although given the ride in the 4 in the last race at Delta, jockey bashing should happen. That was absolutely the dumbest ride I think I've seen in
See, I'm a big fan of the fuck you, I'm still betting you next race kind of situation. Yeah. So I will definitely curse a jockey to Kingdom Come. Usually not very publicly, but I'll be like, what the fuck was he doing? And all of a sudden I'm start typing, the fingers get moving, and then you move on, right? Like, I think sometimes some people don't move on quick enough, and that's usually where it gets a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you couldn't yell at jockeys, like why even bet the horses, right? Luckily the contest is starting one race later than the race before because we both would have been we both would have been absolutely wrong there. I'd like the 5 at Turfway, you'd like the 4 at Delta, and neither of them did anything, but we got a couple races here. What do we got left at Delta? We got
I think you have like 14 minutes or something left at Delta.
We got 3 races. Minutes. Yeah, we got 3 races left at Delta, and we got 2 races at Turfway. So Mark, I know you've probably already capped this entire Delta card here. So race 7, you got 17 minutes to post. What are you liking here?
I thought this was a tough race. I'm really kicking myself. Obviously we're playing this for the contest, but I'm also playing this with some real money, and I shouldn't say real money,
Yeah, because this is real money.
more than just contest money. Let's put it that way. So I was taking a swing at this pick five because I thought this pick five had some real price potential, and I got my price B home in the last race. But I was dead in the first leg because I didn't use the Broberg that was 0 for 12 at Delta. The freaking horse was 2 for 20 lifetime, 0 for 12 at Delta. Decides to win just to boom me first leg, and then I got my price home in the second. But with that being said, no, I thought this race was actually pretty interesting. I was looking at some of the class droppers. I mean, speed's been very, very, very good at Delta. For I don't know, since the dawn of time, I think. And I thought Hightail Cowboy, the four, who I think is your favorite right now, taking a little money off that morning line with Vincente del Cid up. I really do like this horse. Horse, again, makes a lot of sense here. Fits with this company, getting class relief off the last few where he was getting a little beaten up. I do versus better company, and also also I should say stretching back out to this 1 mile distance where he has historically performed a little better. I think that the shorter distances he just it doesn't seem to quite have as much pop. Now, with that being said, though, this is a horse that's over 5 at Delta, and a trainer that these kind of moves, going sprint to route and two sprints to route, those types of moves have not historically worked as well for. But he should be controlling speed. Vincente should have all the choices in the world. Can go to the lead with him. And see kind of how brave he can get on the front end, and I think he's a deserving favorite. Although 9 to 5 is a little bit shorter than I would probably be interested in this one as. The other horse that I really did like in here quite a lot was the two horse Nate's Revenge. You're getting a horse with much higher percentage all around connections, does have two wins across the surface, has a win going a mile across the surface. And, I know we've touched on it briefly before, but this Delta bull ring configuration is a little bit wonky. And you want horses that have shown that they can, that they can get across this surface. So, I thought Nate's Revenge was a really interesting one here, simply off you know, most recent couple of races have been okay, but I would expect that see the performance get a little better, getting versus a little softer company. McMahon's been having a good meet, has to kind of time the ride right, but I liked a little bit of a stretch out, and you're getting 8 to 1 right now, so the value is definitely there on this two Nate's Revenge.
Any concern like him? I mean, this is like a dead closer here. I mean, I know he's won at Delta
Yeah.
before, but or won twice actually at Delta before, and I
Yep.
think both times come from off the pace. I mean, any concern with the pace setup for this horse?
Yeah, it is a concern. It's definitely a concern. But this is that sort of one run closer. I don't think this is a horse has proven he can get it done and get it done across this surface and going this track configuration. So, that part I'm a little less concerned, but it's one of those things of horse has proven they can do it in the past. The past isn't necessarily today. Yeah. So, but I think you're getting some pretty decent value given the fact that he's one of the few that's proven he can get this trip, enjoys this trip, and can win across the circuit in this field, and you're getting a little bit of a price. So I don't know what are odds saying he's going to go off at. Yeah, actually, it looks like I'm going to get about 9 to 1. So at 9 to 1, I can forgive a lot of sins of being against the bias here.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at this. Obviously, you got a couple speed horses. You didn't really talk about the five here. The five was the favorite in the book. Is looking like he's going to be going, or he's at 7 to 1. What's DRF's probably got him going a little bit shorter than that. I'm guessing. I'm guessing that there's just no early. All the early money's just on the four right
Yeah,
now.
I'm showing 3.6 to 1 on the five screenplay. I do like this horse. My concern with screenplay is it seems like he's got to make the lead or he just doesn't win. And I don't see any way in which he ends up making the lead here. There's a couple of horses in this field that seem to be faster than him. The four, the three, the four, and the six all probably can make the lead if they want to. And also, he stopped at this level last out. Same everything, same exact level, same jock and everything else. So is also a horse that's 2 for 16 lifetime, and 3 tries at Delta. He had 2 show efforts. So you know, I, I thought that some of the droppers were more interesting than this 5. If you really like the 5, though, I wouldn't talk you off the horse. Horse, does make some sense and does sort of, you know, again, fits first this company, and he's part of the dual entry of, for the same trainer for, and I think it's Israel Gonzalez is how you would say his name.
Yeah, Isaiah
Um,
Gonzalez. Yeah.
I didn't know if it's Gonzalez or Concalves. I didn't know how, but I of the 2 that he has in here, I'm interested in his other horse more, the 6 Golden Quality, who is a horse that's never missed the exact at Delta and has 2 wins going this distance at Delta. Roman has not been having the best of meat, but last year Roman had a absolutely phenomenal meet. So and I thought that that effort and that last out wasn't that bad. And in this field, 4 probably gets the lead. 6 is that stalking trip just off, and I know this is a horse that can get the distance. So I thought of the 2 from the same trainer, I thought the 6 was a little more interesting than the 5.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of looking at this real quick. I mean, the couple things that pop out to me about the 6 that kind of concern me a little bit. It has if you kind of go back to those Diodoro races, obviously, and even the last race, he ran well, but right, rattling off those nice wins and seconds going a mile. No pace in any of those races, so he was kind of on the front end and just kind of, winning pretty easy, I think, with no pace in front of him. So those are the kind of horses, especially if they're like that's the only type they've won. Those are the types of horse I want to fade. Obviously the 6 right now is 7-2, so it isn't taking a ton of money. Um, Screenplay, I'm a little surprised is kind of dead, but this is also, I think, one of those types of horses, right? That right, the speed figures might line up, but when you look at the finish, right? I mean, the horse that's running
Yep.
third, second,
Yep.
like,
Yeah. It's one
I
of those
mean,
things. Yeah, not to cut you off, Josh, but I'll say a horse fits. When I normally say that, I mean on speed figures. So that is a horse that does fit on speed figures. His speed figures are competitive with what I think the best horses in the field can run. And if he runs his best race, he should be right there. Does he necessarily get his photo taken a lot, though? No, he doesn't. And that's always a concern.
yeah, I think if I were going to take a shot with any horse here, it would probably be the 1, but it looks like the 1's taking a ton of money, so I'm not necessarily interested in that price. But yeah, let's take a look real quick here. We got 10 minutes till race 7 at Turfway. Right now, all the money going on the 2, the Chris Landeros Brad Cox horse. Um, if you
This
are
is
taking that horse at
race
that
race
price, good
7.
luck.
Race 7, right, Josh?
Yeah. If you are taking that horse at that price, good luck to you. And I hope you hate money. But
Well, I mean, if a horse is taking a ton of money, that means there's overlays someplace else. So, it's all about finding those overlays. And I apologize to chat. We're not ignoring chat. I promise. The my chat window in our restream pop up is being weird and not working
oh,
right. So,
is that why you were messing around and clicking buttons?
yes, I was messing around and
Yeah.
clicking buttons, and I'm not supposed to do that. But yeah, my chat feed's not working. So Josh will have to, be running the show, which is I should just shut up and let Josh run the show all the time.
Kevin saying the 4 here, Lone Speed, uh, which on Brisnet looks to be pretty correct. Looks to have obviously the largest E1 fig here. 1 start. These are the types of these are horses I always like to bet. Horses that come out first time, break their maiden, and are coming up. William Cowens has been just spotting his horses perfectly. Some may say that he's been spotting his horses cowardly, because it seems like whenever he's there's like another like real horse in the race, he seems to always scratch. But yeah, I mean, he's winning at 50% in this meet, so I mean, I guess you can't really fault um, him for spotting his horses the way he does when he's winning. But he's definitely had a lot of entered and then scratched morning of, which is just kind of, especially if you're someone who like caps early, is just always frustrating when you're trying to kind of
Yeah.
like anchor around something there. But
What What did you think of the 6 in here, Josh? I thought, I did cap Turfway, and I thought that horse was really interesting. I like these horses that first time with the surface switch, they really pop up and have a big performance. And I thought that last out effort was really really good. I realize it's maiden first time versus winners, but I think that's there's a number of those in this field. And I thought you're getting 16 to 1. It's Ken McPeak. And last year, is it Archard or however you say his name, Archard, however it's pronounced. They were 30% together at Turfway, so this seems to be his go-to jock at this circuit. I thought there was a ton of value there in a horse that I'm shocked that horse is taking so little money.
yeah, I'm gonna agree with Kevin. He says that's Alex Ashard. Please stop. Um,
A shard? It's a shard?
yeah, dude. Well, honestly, dude, like it's been very interesting watching Turfway with their. It's like the haves and the have-nots. Like it's more than I've seen at any other like track. You got like a couple of guys that are seriously winning at like 20% plus, and then like everybody else just sucks. Like just absolutely is just burning money. I mean, the first couple of weeks of the meet, Vinny Chemino was on a ton of favorites and just kept losing, just kept burning money, like wasn't even close. And people just kept on betting him down. I mean, if you're gonna like, I know we talked about jockeys earlier, right? And maybe we sometimes um, maybe overly suggest it, but like I don't know, man. There's been a couple jocks where if you've gotten on them when they've gotten hot and you just blind bet them, I mean they've just been going. So
I
I
think
don't know.
there's a lot of cyclicality to that too. Is a jock riding for a barn that happens to be hot, and is that barn when they get a horse that's really ready to fire and really training well, are they going and reaching for that specific jock? And I think we look at Corrales and we all talk about him pulling horses up. Well, yeah, but there's also trainers that reach for him in certain situations. Hey, small market trainers that don't have a lot of horses and they go grab him because I have a live one that's really and I need a jock I know who's going to do exactly what I want and I'm going to get a really solid ride out of. And and then he wins it 50% the first week or something absurd.
Yeah, I mean, looking at current prices, I mean, horses I would be interested in. The one lollipop gumdrop, Walter Rodriguez has been just winning everything that's not nailed down. This horse, went and won a nice race at Golden Gate, broke his maiden there, and then they decided to try turf. And I think just way in over his head, but dropping from a grade 3 into this spot, a little concerned. Michael McCarthy, he runs a couple at Turfway. Has only won one race so far. I'm pretty sure he has been bet down and favored in a couple of races. So maybe the barn's just not hot. But like for a single race, I don't know. I mean, I think it's the right price. You're getting 13 to 1. But um,
By the way, anybody playing at home, I fired a double at Delta 2-4 over 1-6.
I mean, honestly, probably the horse I'd be most interested in this spot is probably the 7.
Okay.
The Melonia, broke its maiden, kind of like I said on the surface switch. Is getting Lasix for the first time. Second off the layoff is going to be coming from off the pace. Is going to be posted outside. Gets Malcolm Franklin aboard. One of his 5 wins here was with Michael Tomlinson. So I think you're getting the right price here. 21 to
What? So
1.
why are you going 7 over 6 given they're very much the same horse?
7 over 6.
Yeah.
Because Alex Ashard is literally 0 for 37. I mean, and
So he's due.
he is not due. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, Kenny McPeak is fine. I mean, he's real big name connection in Kentucky, but I don't know about here. Is 18% maiden winner last race. I'm not too sure about Broken Vow, how Broken Vow does on synthetic, but I mean, obviously did win the last race going on synthetic, so that shouldn't really be a problem. Um, let's see, what day was that? 14th of December, early in the meet. I don't know, I mean, like, man, if you like that 6, go for it.
I it's one of those things where I do like the horse. The horse ticks boxes for me, and it's the type of horse that I would pick. If you force me to play Turfway, you're not forcing me to play Turfway. I'll play a track that I feel like I have a better handle of, and just keep all my money over at Delta. And I have to hope that whatever big wager you fire to try to get yourself that 1K, you whiff on, and then I can beat you up next week, or maybe get to 1,000.
I mean,
This
like,
evening.
honestly, I could probably just end it with a $10 win bet on the 7 here, so that's probably what I'm going to do. But I don't know. I hate to just like blind bet jocks because like it makes you feel a little bit like a caveman. But honestly, dude, Walter is just so hot.
Yeah.
Um, I
That
might
ride
just
earlier on that 11 or 11 to 13, whatever it was, that was a really, really nice ride. Knew exactly what he had, paid it out perfectly on the front end.
yeah. I know I saw Kevin mention earlier too about Julio Felix on long shot closer. Him and there's another jock who's at Delta currently, Pedro Cotto Jr. They were both super well known at Arlington for taking 25 30 to 1 closers and getting home with them. Not at a huge rate, but at a rate that was enough that I think it was a flat win profit. So
Wow. Wow.
something to keep in mind. And Pedro Cotto fucking boomed me last week, I think, on stream. So, and a horse that was like 20 to 1. So,
So he decided
um,
instead of working at the Starbucks, he would go to a different track and try to get mounts.
who?
Pedro Cotto. He
Oh,
decided
he's
that
not at Delta today.
no,
Oh,
instead
you
of
met the Arlington Starbucks. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Did you see? It was actually kind of funny today. I was watching. I was on Twitter, and somebody had mentioned that they're like doing a counter proposal to Arlington Park or to the Arlington Park project. That's
Hmm.
like a 2.6 billion renovation of Soldier Field, including a retractable roof.
So they may have closed Arlington and not actually built a new Soldier Field there.
Um,
What is it? Do I even want to know what it becomes if they don't?
I have no idea. I mean, they haven't. They technically haven't closed yet, as far as I know.
Really?
Yeah, they. I
You
mean,
mean
like
close the sale?
yeah. I mean, like Churchill Downs is the one liquidating everything, all the stuff. So
I I mean CDI.
there were some interesting proposals out there, and like I said, like it's like about basically keeping the track and then turning like some of their extra space that they have out there into like retail space and stuff like that, and like condos,
So do you like a
like
Gulfstream?
basically.
I don't
But
know if you've ever been to Gulfstream or not.
no,
Gulfstream has that sort of you drive into Gulfstream and you can go there and just go to the shops at Gulfstream. There's a casino there, obviously, but they have like upscale shopping there, and there are they've built condos around certain areas of the track where you can have a trackside condo, and there's a lot of those types of amenities where instead of just having to be a track by itself with nothing around it, they've developed it out a little bit and sort of made it fit in. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, like it was interesting. I was playing Shot 10 mainly because I wanted to bet one horse, but watching it, and it's sort of similar there. It's a racetrack, but it's plopped right in the middle of a metropolis, and there's stuff right around it, and it's not that sort of shared use type of thing, which is cool.
all right. So
So there's
they're
two
going to run
tracks
right on
running, and they're
top
going
of
to run
each
on
other, which
top of
is
each
great.
other. Yeah, they
So
are.
Delta, what
Yep.
do you got here at Delta while they're loading in?
I fired a 2-4 over 1-6 double.
All right, and then I got a 1-7 exacta box here at Turfway Park for $5. It's a $10 bet, and I got 20 to win on the 7. So I'm sure the 1's gonna win, and I have no win money on him. But
It's all it always happens. It's ever what's the most painful,
I
end
mean, like
result.
because my target is 1,000, I only need 200 to get there. I probably should bet something here. That's fine. Steven likes the 1 at Delta.
Yeah, he liked the horse you like, the big morning line mover.
Yeah, Mango's over here. He likes the 8.
Mango's probably talking Turfway.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then Jared's got a 1575 double. What track? We don't know, but he's got it.
probably both, knowing Jared.
I
Well,
appreciate Nick. I appreciate
I'm
Nick
gonna assume
policing chat and making
we're gonna
sure that
assume that
people are betting correct tracks.
I'm gonna assume that Jared is playing Turfway because there's no 5 in the next at Delta.
I think he was talking Turfway. I was just giving him a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, as we should. Jared did something to deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, I love to see this too on the front end. What a dumb is. I talk about you know, not bashing jocks, but no, fucking idiot. Yep, there's the one that I was telling you about.
Yep. Yep. Nice call, Steven. Nice call, Josh.
Oh, the 7's falling back? No. That was just an
Yeah.
angle.
My 2 is late.
All right, let's see. Still doing it on the front end. My horses are doing the moonwalk. Oh, maybe the 7's got a little run.
Does your 8s, or were you weren't on
I'm
the
not
8?
on the 8. No, I just got the 7. I got win bet on the 7. I mean, that's a 1-4 I let beat me all the time. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Yeah. That's either a single or you know, kind of a single or toss type, right?
I mean, Lloyd says Cox doesn't put idiots on his horses. I mean,
I've seen Florent Giroux do some really dumb things.
I mean, you know, we're gonna.
I went there.
Yeah, I'm not a big Flo Giroux fan.
I am not either.
So I'm probably not the right person that comment should be directed to. But I mean, he wins a lot for Brad. My guess is it's the horse, but all right. Well, let's cross that one off. Although, like, dude, there are 2 tracks. Like, what other tracks are running right now? How are these tracks running on top of each other?
I mean, there is nothing. I don't think there's another thoroughbred track running.
Penn National.
Urawa, Japan
Charlestown
is running. Busan, Korea is running. But yeah, besides that, like, come on, guys.
There we go, Ryan.
There we go. Good. He's one of us.
I should have just done that $100 win bet on that one. It's all right. I'm only down $30. I'm only down $30.
You could have come to my home, to my my honey hole, and beat me in my own game.
Yeah, I might have to in the last race. We'll see where that ends up. But all right. Well, you didn't have that one, right, Mark? So what are you doing here?
I'm gonna be firing another double here.
Oh yeah, here we go. Nick's a man of culture here. He's talking about Cal Expo. Little trotters.
Oh, that is a man of culture. That's one of the fair circuit tracks, right? Is Cal Expo technically a fair
No, it's an actual.
circuit?
It's an actual. I think it's an actual.
Is it actual?
Track. Yeah.
Okay, I did. Well, I mean, the fair circuits are actual tracks. They just do the fair thing. But, yeah. So race 8, I ended up nothing super creative here. I ended up on the 1 and the 6. The 1 grand jury. You know, Jonas Gibson is a 47% trainer. He's 33% off this type of layoff. There's nothing surprising. This is good. Very much this horse will end up going off your favorite. Probably, well, the pool's just open, so it's a little hard for me to tell you what the final odds will be. I don't have it updated yet, but grand jury makes, makes all the sense in the world in here. And grand jury very much looks like the type of horse where the light bulb went off last time. This is a horse that had been running versus better. Had run versus a couple races in Indiana, shipped to Keeneland, and didn't run and didn't do anything amazing. Was much more competitive in Indiana than Keeneland. They obviously took a shot, and now shipping down to Delta, wins by 9.5 first time out, pretty much geared down. Very, very, very much the best. And yeah, would be no surprise here. I'm waiting for it to update if it'll actually give me. I'm seeing 1.55 to 1. So looks like you're going to get again in that 3-2 sort of a range for grand jury, 3-2, 7-5 sort of range for when the gates finally pop. Other horse I was interested in was the 6 Elusive War. Horse is out of the Brett Calhoun barn for a trainer who's actually very good with this type. 1 for 9 lifetime horse. But this is quite a lot of class really. If you're, Remington Park allowance races are just better than Delta optional claiming races. I know we talk about class not mattering, but I think this is a case where it does. Softer companies should help. So I thought those were the 2 horses that I like the best. And then doing a little bit of fishing, I have a bit of a price play in the last that I sort of did like. So I thought those 2 were the logicals, the ones that I kind of wanted to include in this, and I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, it looks like my price horse is going to take an absolute ton of money in the last. So, well, that's not as much fun as it would be, but yeah, those are the 2 I ended up on. The 1 and the 6.
Lloyd over here saying, that Gary Stevens thinks that Flo's a good jockey, and Chris Landeros that Josh just called an idiot. And of course, I just called him an idiot, and he goes wire to wire and just makes me look dumb. So
I mean, Chris Landeros is an idiot. I mean, there's no doubting that, but
I don't know. I mean, he's
reasons.
pretty smart. He's pretty smart. He married into the Wilkes family, and so now he's always got someone to give him a. Yeah. I didn't get much of a chance to look, like I said, at Delta. We got any scratches? We got a scratch of the 5, scratch of the 7. So let's see, 7, shoot, 5, shoot. 6 is 9-5. 1 is 8-5. Those are your 2 horses.
Yeah, 1 and 6, correct. Yeah, I'm on the favorites, shockingly.
Yeah. What about this 2? Any interest in this 2?
I think once you get beyond the 2, the 1 and the 6, you could make a case for anyone else here. Yeah, I think the 2 is fairly interesting. Does have some speed to be involved early. They can probably make the lead. If they want to. I don't know if they're going to try to press the 6 and clear, but inside drawn speed is always really, really dangerous. I thought that 2 back effort was really good. And then they tried an allowance at Louisiana Downs and shipped over here. It's a trainer that does not do, I mean, firstly, he's a 6% trainer lifetime. And this is just, the horse makes some sense off that maiden score, but the problem is that maiden score on all the figures that I look at is such an aberrant score. That horse just threw an absolute massive figure. And you can make the argument that figured things out, bounced to the moon next out, and then you're getting the horse on the rebound. But just not for me. Now, I thought that was a little too cute.
Lloyd saying, Mark, say that to Brad Cox. Funny story. One of our friends actually went up to Brad Cox and asked him directly, Brad, we all see the way Flo rides. Why do you keep using him? And obviously Brad defended him. He's like, no, I think he's good. Like, no. But I thought it was just kind of funny that he just went up to him.
Well, one of our other friends did troll Chris Landeros as well. So I mean, there's a long history.
Who trolled Chris Landeros? No, it was Corey Lannery.
It was Lannery. Was
Yeah,
Lannery? I thought it was Landeris. Okay.
yeah. He says had some choice words for Corey Lannery, and then somebody got a phone call from Chantel saying, "Why are you trashing Corey on stream?" And then he gave Corey a high five, and I mean Corey had no idea who he is, like,
No.
but I don't know. It was funny. It's all in good fun, Lloyd. It's all in good fun. Um, yeah, no, the two look like the other speed horse in this race. Um, so I was a little interested, especially at that much of a bigger price. Um, but I don't know. I mean, I think your favorites kind of loom a little large here.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there you go. This episode needed Brian Duransky jockey bashing.
I didn't say his name. Somebody else went there.
Yeah, but
And that is NHC qualifier Brian Duransky.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go try my luck again this week. So I took a day off of work tomorrow. I'm gonna be going over to the Hawthorne OTB, playing in the live money contest there. Um, I got to double check with tracks. I don't think Turfway's part of it, which is kind of unfortunate. Um, but I think it's just too late to be able to do anything. Let me see. What did she say? What are the tracks? Nope. Gulfstream, Tampa, Aqueduct, Laurel, Oak Lawn, Fairgrounds, Sunland, Louisiana Downs, Santa Anita, Golden Gate, and the Golden Hour wagers.
You
And
can
then
play golden hour
Saturday,
stuff.
yeah.
Can you play like golden hour? Is it all like whatever you want?
Yep.
Damn, nice.
So
That's a very nice format.
yeah, it's a $200 bankroll. You can fly in, Mark.
One big swing. Is that what you're going for?
No. I feel like I have a better chance with like $10, $20 swings than I do with one $200 swing. But
Yeah, that's more your style. Yeah, I mean, I will be. No, it's Martin Luther King weekend, and I will be very busy skiing with children. So
that's not creepy at all.
no, no.
Turfway, race 8, last race of the night. And of course, right as I pull it up, they take the odds down, so I can't see them. But we got a full field here. There's 12 with it's 14 with AEs. Let's take a look at the actual board here. So scratch the 4 and the 12. The 13 is in on this race. So let me 12 and 4, 14. All right. So your favorite currently is the 5, Laytown, Chris Landeros and Brendan Walsh. So the aforementioned Chris Landeros.
I thought that horse was very much the favorite, or very much your like list winner here. I mean, tons of class drop off that last here. I just this very much feels like a barn that's been a little cold. I will give the Brendan Walsh barn that, but putting this horse in a spot where they should be just an absolute major player in here. Kind of the good old drop and pop. So yeah, I thought the 5 was pretty much a single here.
Interesting. I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Or it's a Godolphin horse, right, at Turfway.
Yeah. And I finally I pulled up the Brendan Walsh is also 31% maiden special to maiden claim. So I mean, and my problem was once you get past the 5, where else do you go in here without horses that we kind of know what they are? There's a lot of horses that have already tried this kind of a level and don't have a lot of excuses. The 5 is, this is the first time in for a tag. So you would expect the best performance to come here, and just makes all the sense in the world.
Just kind of peeking through these PPs here. I mean, if you like class droppers, why not the 11?
My issue with the 11, and I did mark the 11 down. Obviously getting noted jock Corrales. Um, but my thought here was that doesn't really look like a turfy pedigree, and I tend to on synthetic tracks look for those turfier pedigrees. And I just didn't think that pedigree screamed to me a horse that's going to love synthetic. I mean, and maybe it does. Michael Maker is obviously much smarter about training horses than I will ever dream of being. But yeah, I thought that the 5 kind of was a horse that I had some breeding that's kind of said synthetic, where the 11 flat out over a Sunday Silence, that's a pretty darn dirty dirt pedigree to me.
We have a new viewer, apparently, John Sullivan, saying, first time here, and all he's heard is trashing jockeys, $200 bankroll, skiing in Kentucky. It's actually New York that Mark's from, but we'll take it.
And
He says it
I'll be
sounds.
skiing I'll be skiing in Vermont because I work there on the weekends as a
Oh,
ski instructor.
Vermont.
But
Oh, my
oh yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
Uh,
the green license plates, man.
why don't you pick up some heady topper for me, too, so to send with that honey that you haven't sent yet?
Wait, is this the heady you want me to send for your wife? Because I keep
Yeah.
getting crap about this, and you're
Well,
maybe running to the bevy
you
and ship you
you
freaking
yeah,
heady,
you were supposed to. I was supposed to pick it up when I went for Saratoga, and
and
then
then
yeah, and
somebody
then I
didn't
got
show up.
COVID. Yeah,
I mean, I had a entire Vermonter beer snob sampler pack for you, and you didn't show up.
yeah, COVID, man. It's very real. Um, yeah, I mean, in this big of a field, I have a hard time taking 2-1 in a maiden race. Um, Last time this horse tried the synthetic, didn't necessarily run very well. Um, Speed has been a little bit better as of late versus when we were in December. So little interesting here. Nick is not afraid whatsoever. He's going to key this 5 on top. He's got the 5 1 3 1 3 9 11 trifecta here at Turfway. Steven asking if Gary gets a shout out. Shout out to Gary. Thank you for not being mad at Steven, even though Steven thought you were mad at him, but apparently you weren't, and Steven was just in his own head. So big shout
Shocking,
out.
right there.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, I mean, like the 4 scratched in this race was the other horse that kind of made sense, but that would have been another horse that I would have been trying to beat as well. 0 for 16 maiden. They've tried everything in the kitchen sink with it. I don't care if it's the fastest horse in the race. I am not going to put money behind it.
Yeah, and to the comment Lloyd make about don't make too much credence into class dropping. We do joke about class droppers around here quite a bit, or class doesn't matter, and I think that's what Josh and I are always kind of poking at. Is we say class doesn't matter, and there are times when class matters. Obviously, maiden special weight to maiden claiming is the biggest class drop in racing. So those horses are going versus should be going versus much easier company. But oftentimes, very much to his point, that doesn't make a horse a winner. My thought was that last out figure was okay. And I would expect versus softer company that horse to improve. And I think the 5 probably hasn't shown us, shown us his best quite yet, where there's a lot of horses in here that have 10, 12, 15 starts. And I kind of already know what they are. I want that horse I still feel has upside. And I thought the 5 of the horses that remained out of this field was one of the few that I felt like still had upside.
PDT coming in saying that I hate horse racing. See you guys tomorrow, guys. A real person. I thought it was just a meme. Nope, a very real person.
A very real person. I was there and I saw it happen.
So funny. Man, I still want to take something off the pace here, but I don't know if I'm seeing anything I like. The six kind of a little interesting to me, but it's 0 for 8. Four times in the money, or running in second, and it was all in synthetic.
And dude, if
But
Jeremiah
it was
O'Dwyer
also
can't get that horse to win, I mean, come on now.
well, it was also at a much lower lower class level at PID. So I don't know if I should really believe that. Obviously, the 10's got Walter, so the 10 always makes a ton of sense. Definitely did not have anything remotely close to I'm gonna be nice. Lloyd is listening. I think that there is going to be a jock upgrade moving from the two jockeys that have ridden him before. The 11 flat out trying synthetic for the first time, but I don't know. 10 starters, 2 winners out of the 10 starters for the dam.
And that horse's name sounds a little too much like Yoshida for me to ever back him. So
yeah, it's I don't know. Like this would have been a spot where like I would have maybe tried a horse like even the 12, right? One that's didn't necessarily run great first time out, but we don't know that he's a completely. I mean, I guess maybe that's why you like the 5 so much. I mean, it's only 4 starts, which is lightly
yep,
raced in this field.
yep, agreed. I mean, I could sort of make a case for the Dale Romans horse, the 9, a little bit. A horse that does have some pedigree that makes you think that, should handle the synth. A horse that Dale Romans tried to put this horse on, or did put this horse on synthetic. Didn't really do a huge amount of running, but I oftentimes find that if you can find a horse that the trainer tried a surface and then moved to a different surface, when they come back, a lot of times those horse makes sense. Maybe they just need a few starts. There was a conditioning, there was some sort of soundness issue they were working through, whatever it was. And when they get back to that original intent, oftentimes the horse will improve. Just not at 9-2. I mean, or 5-1. I mean, I like the horse at the morning line. That's just way too short with that horse taking that much money. Unless somebody knows something I don't.
Do you think that maybe at some point, he realized how good his siblings are, and is like, hey, maybe not this time. Has definitely thrown a lot, or has definitely sired a bunch of really nice horses so far. Maybe I could be a good horse. You think maybe the light bulb clicks on?
I don't know what
is that not how horse racing
on,
works? Is that not how
yeah,
pedigree works? No,
I don't think that's how it works, and I don't know what flips the light bulb on for that one. But if you can figure out how to flip that light bulb on, Josh, you would be a very wealthy man.
Dude, I was actually kind of excited about this. Well, and I bet you the reason this 9's getting bet is because of that bullet work. But if you look at that bullet work, it was December 13th.
Well, even that November 8th work looks really massive. But again,
do you have another work published after that? December 13th.
The 5th of January.
Anything?
8 of 32, 49 and 1, going 4. Mm-hmm. The problem is the horse doesn't have a work over synthetic, right? All these works are over dirt. Like, why? I mean, I don't know. Okay, I mean, maybe Roman just doesn't work them over the surface they're going to run at or the track they're going to run at. But I never have been a fan of that. I want to see a surface work. So. Mm. Yeah, and I had a hard, and you hate to take a really short price on a horse that it's kind of, you ruled out everybody, so you end up landing there. I don't love anything about this 5. I mean, it's taken tons of money just on connections, on being a Godolphin horse, and and Brendan Walsh being really good on the drop. There's nothing that screams off the paper that I love the horse. It's just I really dislike basically everybody else.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're just not betting this 9 because he might be the speed of the speed. Man, I just keep looking at the 6.
I do know a guy who does love him some cheap speed though.
Yeah, I just keep.
Is that not cheap enough for you?
But I mean, maybe, I don't know. I keep looking at the 6, but if you're playing the matchup, the 1 beat the 6 last time out. The 1 probably should have won last out.
I wouldn't bet that 1 with your money.
I mean, it gets Rafael Hernandez aboard. Not a big Rafael Hernandez fan.
I don't know if I even know who Rafael Hernandez is.
He rides at Woodbine mostly.
I mean, I know he's riding the one, but beyond that, I really don't have much.
He rides at Woodbine a lot. Man, I keep on looking at the 6. I'm gonna have to bet the 6 because I don't know what it is. My eyes just keep on coming back to that 6.
Really,
Um, yeah,
given how you've been running lately, I mean, I know you keep saying the heater's over, but I think it just took a little breather. You've been in rare form. I don't think I've known you quite some time. I don't think I've ever seen a Josh Heater that's been quite this extended or quite this productive.
yeah. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna win bet the 6, and then I'm gonna key box exacta with this 1 and the 11.
So you buying into FloCal, Josh?
I am not.
No,
I'm
no.
no.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I am playing these tournaments this weekend, and then I might fire at some more things for the last chance, first chance. Maybe the $75 NHC on Friday. But actually, I wonder if I got any points.
Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself because I literally like an hour before Santa Anita announced they were cashing. I was up at the mountain and I got like hey, could you this following weekend we have this. I need you to help us out with something if you don't mind. So I volunteered and I was like, okay, cool, I'll help out with that thing. That's gonna be an all weekend project. And then like an hour later, I realized Santa Anita canceled, which means FloCal gets pushed till next weekend, and I could have had the weekend off to just play FloCal. But I just need to find the Mountaineer shippers. So as long as there's gonna be some Mountaineer shippers running, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I basically need to like triple my points if I wanted to get in on the if I wanted to get in the sleazy way. So
Don't talk about Brian like that. It's not very nice.
no, that's how Shu got in last year, I think.
Did he on points? I thought he won something.
The first time he qualified was on points,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
but he qualified the normal way this time. So
And then I felt a little bad because the two of us are both sitting right next to him, and we have a capper that neither neither one of us was smart enough
yeah,
to
he
convince him to playing.
when Shu came in for the Hawthorne tournament, I brought it up again, and he's like, "Dude, you guys are motherfuckers for not telling me, to bet this horse."
We
And
both told him we did.
Shu, I was like, honestly, Shu, like, I'm not one that's gonna be in there like messing with anybody's mojo, like telling them
Exactly.
to bet stuff. So, I mean, if you asked me
I
what I
mean,
thought in that race, I would have told you. But
yep. Yeah, the same. The two of us were on the horse for the same exact reason. We'd both been waiting forever for him to get on synth, and he finally did. And we both had very nice days. And had we pushed Shu a little, he probably used one of his optionals, and he ends up qualifying into the final day, which
yep.
he would
Well, it
he
looks
would
like
have been in
this
the money. Which
looks like the six got the lead. 2's on the rail there, Preston in like third. 4
yeah,
sitting there in second. 6 is
well,
even money now.
yeah, not shocking at all.
No, but these closers got some speed and look like they're picking up a little speed, but
You must be a little behind me.
probably is he opening up?
Yeah. Honest, if I was going to single, it probably isn't the horse I would have, though. So that'll do.
So are you still alive in your pick 5?
No.
No.
Nope. I was dead first leg. I did not use the Broberg like a freaking idiot.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. When a horse, no one beats whatever that horse's name is 13 times in a row at Delta.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the winner in the first race here at Turfway, and then the next race, I'm like, I'll just parlay all the money I just won in the first race into the second race. So that was a quick day for me because
Yeah.
the second race came up a little bit short here. But yeah. All right, we're loading in here at Turfway last race. I have bet the 6 here to win. I got 20 to win on the 6. And then I got a $5 exacta key box with the 6 with the 111. Mark, you got anything here?
I have nothing going here.
Okay.
Road Warrior's looking for recommendations in
Yeah,
Vegas.
he he DM'd me. I sent him.
Okay, good.
I sent him where. I
Yeah,
sent
I
him
was gonna
some
say,
restaurant
I know
suggestions and stuff too.
Gary, not that Gary, the other Gary, and I will both be at Aria. And I don't know where Caleb's going to be. I think you're right at Horseshoe with a bunch of.
I'm gonna be at Horseshoe. I think
Brian's
Caleb's
at
gonna
Horseshoe.
be. Yeah, I think Caleb might book Caesars.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then obviously we'll be around. So if anybody's out there for NHC, obviously ping us. We'll go buy a beer or something.
Mark will buy you a beer.
Okay, I'll buy you a beer. I'll be doing first chance, last chance, and then probably like the last time, be eliminated day 1, and then I'll go DJ some poker. I haven't played 2-5 in quite some time live, so I'd like to get some of that in.
I haven't played poker live in 3-4 years, and that was just a home game. I like where my 6 is.
Yeah, your 6 is kind of trip. Saving all the ground. Would you win bet this?
I did win bet it, and I got an exacta.
Your 6 is looking very lively right now, Josh.
He's doing that.
Got
like,
it. Where do I go? Where do I go? Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to find a place to go. Oh, really? Wow. Well, Josh, goddamn you.
Is the 1 gonna get up for second?
Do you have win money on it?
No, but I had exacta 6-1.
No. You didn't. So you didn't bet your 8-1 on top.
No,
you just
I did bet the 8-1 on top.
Oh,
I put 20. Okay. I had 20 to win.
Okay.
Yes, I had 20 to win, and then I had a 6-1-11 exacta box. If I would have just been a square better and just done 6-5, this would be over. But that'll do.
Judging. Yeah,
that'll do.
Jeez, nice price, man. Very nice. I'm glad I talked the 5 into not appearing for you.
Yeah, I told you, man. I just kept on looking at that 6, and I was just like, I don't know, like that last race. That last race just made so much sense. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a new trainer, the race did make some sense. No, I mean, mad respect. I mean, he was clearly loaded top of, yeah.
He was doing that. He was doing that thing where like the jock is like this,
and, like
he's got all the horse in the world. He's just waiting,
looking around, looking for a place to go. Yeah, no, it's also one of those things that I probably got a little too tied up on the fact that trainer is recent. I mean, he's 2 for 31 on the meet so far, but he's a 27% trainer rest of the year. So Barnes just been a little cold. That's not not an indictment on the trainer himself. So.
I'm like double checking, making sure I didn't bet Delta on accident. I did not. Okay. so that should put me a little over 900.
Yeah, had I played this stupid pick 5.
So it's down to the last race at Delta again. Let's see if I can get over it. How much money you got left?
I am down to nothing right now. Everything's in this double.
Oh, okay. You still got the double.
I have a $14 double live to the 1-3.
Okay.
The 1 was my price horse. I sort of tipped it and mentioned it.
Can I Dutch earlier. The 1 and 3 to get me to 1,000?
You would. No, I do really like this 1 in the last calculated. It's the first time starter in this group, and I don't know the family relation, but when I see Vincente Del Cid riding for Eric Del Cid, I'm assuming that's a family ride, and those tend to be the either, like it's the Linda Rice Jose Ortiz thing. Either they're the most live horse ever, or hey, I just need somebody up to keep, go ride this and keep Thanksgiving dinner civil kind of rides. So I thought that horse, who was 10-1 on the morning line and is 5-2 live, so I'm betting it's the former. And the works looked actually pretty good on calculated. A bunch of, I mean, I realize, I don't know how GLP Gulfport maybe training center is runs, but those look like fairly decent works for this one horse calculated. And the other horse I was on was Texas Turbine, the 3. The again, similar to that 5 in the last at Turfway, a horse that had been in maiden special weight company, first time in for a tag here, getting all the class relief in the world. And this one, unlike the 5 in the lot and at Turfway, this 3 has a lot of speed. Should be able to be, I'm assuming, should be your controlling, unless the 9 really sends, which may happen. 3 should be your kind of controlling pace in here. Be able to sort of, I don't know, kind of take this over and hopefully just then gets real brave on the front end. So I thought Texas Turbine the 3 made all the sense in the world.
You don't like the 9 at all?
I did like the 9. The 9's a B. So and the 9 is a U horse. I mean, I saw the 9 when I was capping. I'm like, oh, Josh is gonna love this horse.
Yeah, I'm. Hmm. Let's see what that puts my total at. $938. So I need $62 to bring this home. For everyone's sake. Especially because next week we got the Derby prep starting.
Oh, do we? What's going next week?
I think LeCompte is next week. So it's like I know it's like the start of the 10-point races, but like that's when you're gonna start to see some of the players start to actually race.
I think you probably won't really see the players to the Gulfstream preps. I'm judging by what we saw this summer. It seems like most of the trainers who have really loaded barns have all of those really live players down at Gulfstream. So, but again, we'll see.
So the 3 is dropping like a huge dropper. Race 2 back towers over this field. The 1 is a first-time starter. 3 starters, 3 winners out of the dam. Klimt is an 11% first time.
So this 1 would be much preferred from my standpoint.
Let's take a look. I'm pulling up on my Twin Spires here, which is my backup ADW. See what we got here on calculated. See all. Oh, those are workouts. I don't care about the workouts. Klimt.
Aren't you supposed to go on your backup and then tell it what the early E1 is, and you just pick the one with the
yeah, earliest? I mean, I could do that too. I mean, that does work. Dirt routes or dirt sprints, 11.2%. Interesting. Nothing. Nothing real actionable just off of that. Especially, I mean, there's just a lot. A lot of unknowns there. Eric Del Cid, does he have any listed starts for you or no?
No, he does not.
Oh, poor Caleb. Caleb is delayed 90 minutes in Charlotte.
Oh, poor Caleb. Albeit, if you're going to be delayed 90 minutes in an airport, no, he will not, for the Baffert question to Mr. Ryan Hauser. But if you're going to be delayed 90 minutes in an airport, Charlotte's not a bad place to be. You walk in the middle area, you sit at the sushi bar, you get yourself a drink, you listen to the guy playing the piano. World could be worse.
Do you think Tim Yaktine has a runner in the Derby?
Yes. You mean Bob Timteen? Yes, he will have he will have probably like 5 of them, I would imagine. They'll all be markedly,
I was really, really mad that I got boomed by the other Baffert. at San
No, that
Diego.
was the other Baffert that you got
I
beat.
don't
Or
remember
no, was it
which
the
other it
other
was. I
Baffert?
don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I it was
He
just,
had 4, and it was the 3rd of the
but the
4?
third one of them scratched. The Speedboat Beach, I think, was in that race, wasn't he? And he scratched.
Oh, so
Um,
that was the 3rd of the 3, okay.
yeah, but it was definitely the longest price Baffert. And I had the middle one. I had the middle one singled, and I thought he looked like a winner. And then no, I got
Well, the
boomed by
part
the
that
other
killed the part
Baffert.
that killed me is that I think it was Johnny V got off the horse that won to get on the other one, and then Juan picked up that mount, and then Juan wins. So I I need to stop overthinking the Baffert jockey carousel and just bet them all. Just assume that they're all, yeah.
Yeah, I'm betting this 9.
Are you?
Yeah,
Do it.
yeah, we're gonna try and win this thing, but I'm gonna see what. I'm gonna wait a little bit closer.
Well, I can't win from where I'm sitting, so I can just get a little get some ammo to beat you next week.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't need to risk a lot here to get there.
No, you
So
don't. You don't.
so I'm sitting at 938 right now. Mark, you're all in on this one
I'm all
three.
in.
So I don't know. I mean, like a $10 win bet would probably do it in a 9. I might do 20 just to be safe. Um,
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna get like 6 cents, about 6 to 1, Josh, on that 9 come post
all
time.
right.
Take a
I'll probably
little
just
bit
do
of money. It
20 to
looks like.
win.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this, we were talking like this weekend was kind of tough. Obviously, Andrew and Andrew Champagne and I do a podcast, and just like I had such a busy week at work this week, and Wednesday night has been like our backup day to record, but like we've had to go to the backup day so much because of just like scheduling and stuff, and finally it happened where like not our regular day and the backup day didn't work, and so we were just we're like let's
Yeah.
not force it this week.
Yeah.
Nothing. We were maybe gonna record tonight, but it was gonna be kind of a late night for me, and I
Yeah.
want to get some sleep before this contest tomorrow. Um,
Yeah. No, nice, nice one, nice one.
but
Yeah, just
so we'll be back next week with that. What were you gonna say, Mark?
no, I was just gonna say because you're kind of plugging your stuff. I will be doing a pod with the Wolf of Oaklawn, the one and only, for tomorrow. We'll be covering the late pick 5 at Oaklawn Park for Saturday. So Chase will probably have that up either late in the day, probably later in the day tomorrow. So taking a look at that sequence, I need to finish capping it up for him. But it looks like a pretty good sequence. I think if you're looking at playing horses this weekend. Obviously, Santa Anita canceled Saturday due to the weather that's incoming. You're a little bit limited between Gulfstream, Aqueduct, and Oaklawn Park. And I think honestly, I mean, I'm a bit of a Naira homer, but the I think Oaklawn looks like a really good product, and this is the time of year that I start if I'm going to dabble at Oaklawn, this is the time of year I start taking a look because a bunch of the Derby preps do go through there. I think that the quality of the preps is very, very good at Oaklawn. And you start getting into their stake schedule, you start getting into that sort of prep stuff, and they kind of get some, I think early part of Oaklawn, that sort of add on, that December through the first half of January is not the best racing. It's just, it's hard. It's a little more throwing darts, and track starts to settle out, becomes a little more formful, and it's a fun place to dabble a little bit come this time of year. So take a listen, Chase and I. It'll be something. And then obviously, okay, Nick mentioning that Tampa also has a good card. Yeah, Tampa's also a lot of fun. With Gulfstream moving over to the synthetic, it's been real nice. Tampa has definitely picked up a lot of those good turf races, so the quality of turf racing at Tampa has gone up quite substantially. And I like the turf at Tampa. The dirt is not the best. The turf racing at Tampa is definitely some good stuff. So I do like playing the turf there, and obviously the very weird weekend being MLK. We were expecting FloCal to go. I've already bought in. But oh yeah, I'm in. And but with the weather, I actually may try to make a stab and see if I can win my way a second seat. But um
And what, you're gonna
but
play from the mountain?
I
Not
I
Mountaineer, not Mountaineer, FYI,
No,
not
no,
that
no,
mountain,
no, no,
but
not that mountain. Although I will be looking for horses that shipped in from that
uh,
mountain. But anyway, long story. No, I will. I'll probably. I do what I did last year, which is play it more like a pick and pray. You know, kind of cap it. I'll have it all capped out, and then I normally will uh, be text messaging somebody who I will have make any last minute changes for me that I need to. So, but
yeah, I love pick and pray contests. I think they're very good handicapping vehicles. They're very good
agreed, agreed.
contest vehicles. I will say, like, you know, there's like a stigma about mythical contests, right? Like, you really got its own thing, absolutely its own thing, right? Someone who's good at mythical contests might not translate to be a good better. So they might not even be a good handicapper. They might just know the
Yep,
game.
yep.
Um, so
Huge amount
it
of game
is,
theory.
yeah. It's just a different thing. I mean, it's the same thing with wagering, right?
Yeah, you totally.
I think that good wagering strategy can overcome mediocre to bad handicapping a lot,
Agreed.
and it's the
Agreed.
same thing. So
Yeah, I will say, we all have a mutual friend, Bobby, who a lot of people know, Bobby Marks, who is he's a phenomenally talented handicapper, extremely, extremely good handicapper. And he's somebody that's been able to translate into all forms. He kind of shows up for a tournament or he shows up to live wager and he's impressive. We have a couple of other mutual friends who they know what they're good at and that's what they do. We have a good friend that plays a lot of Turfway and I mean, he absolutely prints money at Turfway. But he's not a great tournament player. So you find your strengths, you find what you're good at, and you leverage into that. So nothing wrong with knowing what you're good at. But I think people who are good handicappers can sort of apply that to everything. But yeah, I will say that the tournaments, especially the like fictitious type tournaments, and also something like an NHC. To me, NHC is supposed to be like the best handicapper, and I've never looked at it that way. I think it's the best person at playing the NHC. It's not necessarily the best, handicapper or the best horse player or anything else. It is what it is, and it very much is its own thing.
yeah, like I've always talked about, like my problem with like some live money stuff, like the Hawthorne stuff, 200 $300 buy-in. On the high end it's 500. All right, 500 is more than I'm used to playing, but it's not it's not outrageous, right? Like it's not like buying into, for me, a $1,500 or
Yeah, yeah,
BCBC, which is $10,000. Like, no, like if I like needed to bet like $50,000 or something ridiculous on Flightline to win that contest, I would not be able to do it. One, because I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror after doing that, and two, just the sheer amount of money that you need to throw around is just not. Um,
See, I was just
Go
going to
ahead.
say everyone's different that way as well, and I think I 100% understand where you're coming from. That like there's a certain, and it's like I know people that play poker, and when you play poker, you're thinking about, oh, this much as percentage of how many big blinds do I have? Well, how many big blinds am I wagering? And when you can turn it into that kind of a thing, you remove some of the emotion from it. Also, when you get to the point where like, oh, I'm calling with a 12% of getting there to get my flush and it's costing me 50 grand to do that call. Like all of a sudden it becomes, whoa, that's scary. And I think you have to have the right mentality for it. And I know, we all joke about the Mountaineer shipper thing. And I got to the point in a tournament where I was live to an absolute massive score would have been 240, 250K. And I had a horse pick that I had loved in the morning line, ended up being the winner. And I talked myself right off it because you get to that thing where money doesn't mean anything until it does, and when it does, it's a different, very different mental side of it. So yeah, I understand exactly what you mean. Hey, putting $20 to win on this 50 to 1, that's one thing. Or it being a pick in a pick and pray where if it wins, great. I really set myself up. When you're all of a sudden putting oh, this is 50 grand that I'm betting on Flightline to win, and if he doesn't win, I could have just taken that money home with me. Um, boy, that's a really different lot of intestinal fortitude that has to happen for that to work right.
Yeah. What are you drinking tonight? I don't think we went
Oh
around and talked
yeah, no,
about
we didn't get there. I picked myself up a little bit of Yellow Dot,
Yellow
which
Spot.
I had, or sorry, Yellow Spot. Why do I keep
You
calling
like
it
it?
Dot? I've said it. It's good. Honestly, I think for the price of it, I probably wouldn't pick it up again. It's not good enough to dictate what they get for it. I picked it up at MSRP. I didn't pay above or anything, but it's very good. It's just there are other things that are considerably less expensive that I would rather have for that, for it. It's good, but I guess my thing would be it's very similar to a lot of bourbons that I would grab. And I think there's some bourbons that I would much rather have than that are less than half the price. But it's solid. I'd always wanted to try it, and they happen to have a bottle. So I said, why not?
Yeah, I am drinking a store pick of a bullet that was aged for 11 years. So it's a 104
MGB,
proof. Yeah, it's just a regular bullet
bourbon or rye?
bourbon.
Okay.
Actually, I think they do their own bourbon. I think it's their rye that's MGP.
Yeah,
But
I was saying, yeah.
this is delicious. I got 2 bottles of it. It's funny because last year around this time I got 2 bottles of another bourbon, another bullet bourbon pick, and I brought one to NHC. So I might just bring this other one. Um, I might just bring this other one back. But I'm trying to see. I don't remember how
I
much I
need
paid
to
for this.
I need to make another random road trip to southern Maine so that I can stop at a New Hampshire liquor store because the New Hampshire liquor stores, and if anybody doesn't know, if you're in New England, New Hampshire has no state sales tax, and their liquor stores have they have state-run liquor stores where things are very cheap to buy, and they do some amazing store picks and barrel picks. So it's very fun to drive through, and they'll have. I went through and they had like it was like Johnny Walker, the barrel strength, and they had like you walked up and they had an entire wall, and each row in the wall was from a different barrel. So they had something like 50 or 60 barrels, and each barrel had tasting notes on it. So you walked up and you're like, oh, I like sour apples. Well, there's 5 or 6. And oh, I also like honey. So, okay, sour apple and honey, I'll grab that one. And it was very cool to get that sort of level of being able to pick and choose the flavor profile that you liked. So, I love the barrel picks. Most of my locals do not have them, which is frustrating. But matter, if you get a good local that's got barrel picks, that's really cool.
Yeah. I if you can get liquor shipped to you, I recommend signing up to the R Bourbon the on Reddit, the bourbon subreddit. They do barrel picks there, and they do it all by lottery, right? So it can be kind of frustrating because like like they had like a Four Roses pick, and he said that they literally had like 50 to 60 times the amount of bottles that they like entries that they did the amount of bottles they had,
Okay.
because everyone wants a Four Roses pick, right? So he does it at he does it via like lottery and stuff. But all the bottles I've gotten have been very good. The one, it's like I don't want to say disappointment because it's still very good, but it's just like it was just like real expensive. Was this barrel bourbon, and it was a barrel pick. It was a barrel strength. Um, and like barrel is pretty expensive. It normally like their normal stuff comes in around like
Yep.
$80 to $90 a bottle, and the barrel pick I think was like 120. And it's good. It's a very good bourbon, but I mean, when you put the price to it, it's a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I this bullet is really good, and I just double checked. It was $70, which
Okay.
I mean
For
with
bullet, boy,
inflation,
that
with
feels
it
oof.
does feel it feels steep, but like I mean I don't know. It's 11-year-old bourbon. Like that's not something that you can get for cheap off the rack anymore.
You're
So
right. You're right. Yeah. I mean, it,
Lloyd
it
mentioning that Lisa Marie Presley just
oh
passed away,
God.
age 54. So pour one out to Lisa Marie. Here we go. But continue,
Yeah, I saw
Mark. What
that.
were you saying?
I was no, I saw that news earlier today that she would been taken to like like rushed to the emergency room or something with yes, that's hard. I don't remember what I was talking about. Killed my train of thought, Josh. What are you betting here?
I'm betting the 9, and I got a 9 over 1-3-10 exacta.
Okay. Okay. So 9 over 1-3-10. So if the one wins here, you good. Okay, cool. I just need my one to win. Then I'll have some
Okay,
ammo for.
just for you, I'll bet it backed up too. I'll bet the 1-9 exacta.
Oh, did I just shoot myself in the foot? Probably. How
Yeah, because
much
I
do you
only
need?
had the 9 on top. I was just being greedy and trying to get as much as I could.
Yeah, but you don't really need to be greedy. You should be super hedgy here. I guess it depends how you look at things. Do you want to play to win, or you just want to play to have fun? So
Yeah, I mean, like I could bet. I could probably spread a bunch of money around here trying to get to 1,000, but I'm gonna be thin, bet it like I would as a normal human being.
yeah.
And worst case, I show up. If I miss, I show up tomorrow or next week with $900, $898, $100 more than I started. So
So if the 3 wins, do you have anything through the
no,
3?
the
Okay.
3 wins. It's heartbreak.
If the 3 wins, it's also heartbreak for me, given what those doubles are paying. Oh my
Yeah.
god, 540 for the double.
I mean, I would love to see Caleb have to play another week of Delta and Turfway.
It's
But
just the whole Remy situation is just so depressing. It
Sam
really,
Houston.
really is. Or I'm sorry, Sam Houston.
Yeah, I mean, like I understand it. It's out of their control, right? It's not Sam Houston's fault. It's
No,
out of
no,
their
it's not. It's
control.
not. It's not. It's
The
but
Texas Racing
there's
Commission,
yeah.
yeah, just they're trying to prove a point. But like
They're gonna end the industry in
they're
the
biting off
state.
their nose to spite their face.
Yeah.
Like all right, they're loading in the gate here. Could this be it? My 9 is 5-1. I bet the exact is just in case somehow this 9 takes late money and it doesn't give me the money I need. I got the exactas. Now you got me scared. I'm going to play a 3-9 exacta.
What's some like crazy
Yeah, so now I'm
off the
hedging
wall
like a
horse?
fucking chump. I'm hedging like a chump. I
Josh,
don't
you're not
even
being Josh. I'm a little disappointed in you right now.
the 3-9
I am
exact I think still gets me there.
I'm the weasel that hedges, and
Yeah. This is not a
just
proud
barely
moment
squeaks
for
by.
me, but I'm also doing this for you and Caleb to end this thing. And
Yeah,
also,
but I
it would
want
be
to.
nice. It would be nice to just I don't know withdraw $1,000 out of my my TwinSpires account so I can.
Josh, we all know what's gonna happen.
No, I would withdraw it so I could load it into. You didn't let me finish. Withdraw my $1,000
Oh,
from TwinSpires so
okay.
I could load it into my Naira Bets account. It always just feels weird. Like I had to deposit today on my Naira Bets account. I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm like, I got $800 sitting on this other ADW. I just can't touch. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
like, I'm like, let's end this thing.
Vincente, what are you doing back there?
It's all right, dude. My horse is 5 wide. 5 wide on the bull ring.
Joe Rosario would be proud. So you got nothing on the 3, right?
I got 3-9. But my 9 looks done. Yeah, my 9's done. Come on, 10.
Oh, your 10's done. 1 is
Oh, look at that
rolling.
1. No.
Ugh.
See, I should have just done the 3-1, like I said. Just Dutched your 3-1 exacta. It's been done.
You should have. You never
Well,
listen, Josh. You never listen.
well, I ended up $90. What did you end up getting from that?
Oh, I don't know. Not a lot. It's I'll have to do the math, Josh. One
How
second.
much you have? $14.
It's a $14 double that paid 530.
So 530. So what is that? 53 plus another 20. So like $70.
74.20.
Yeah. Yeah. Beat goes on.
So I continue to hemorrhage money and go backwards here. This is not good, Josh. Not good.
Well, you know, no one said making money in horse racing was easy, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. But yeah, unfortunately for Caleb, he will have to participate. We will have to be betting again.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I love it,
It's
man.
great.
I should just keep dragging this, just like not make any bets.
Right, exactly, right?
And
Drag
just
it out,
let
torture
Caleb keep on buying in, dude. I'm gonna work my way up to like a bottle of Pappy or something.
Get yourself a nice bottle.
$5
Exactly,
at a
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
$5
Yep.
at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for hanging out, man. We appreciate
Really
it.
good
We
chat
love
the whole time.
yeah.
Everybody was super active. It's super awesome. It's very fun for us when you look at chat and it's like people are chatting away, talking back and forth, throwing pics out. Like we love that stuff. That makes it a lot easier for us. We can pull that up, and it's just a lot more fun to be here and like, oh, everybody's chatting. That's cool. So that's the
Yeah.
vibe we want.
So, but yeah, we'll be back next week. Normal time, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, with a little bit more. We'll probably mix in a little bit of fairgrounds, talking about the preps on Saturdays. Yeah, he said Turfway Park's most fun on weeknights. Yep, I agree. I love playing it.
Agreed.
I know
Yeah.
Mark's a big fan of Delta. I love the big fields at Turfway. You get two horses right. You get two win bet. Like if you're just doing win bets, you get two right in a night, and you're probably golden. So,
By the way, Josh, be happy you didn't tail that exacta.
what did it pay?
The 10 held.
No.
Yeah, 10 held second.
Oh, it's a gross exact. That's like
That
even
would have been
money over 2 to
disgusting.
1.
That would have been dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back next week, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, with more live betting. A little bit of fairgrounds. Drink and Champagne will be back next week. And yeah, if you guys listen to Drink and Champagne, let us know what you guys want. Like, do you like us doing more of the the general discussions? Not talking sequences. Do you want us to just pick random sequences and talk through races and handicap? I mean, let us know. But yeah,
How do I get more fair circuit? I want more fair circuit.
more fair circuit. Yeah, we got a couple months before that comes up. But yeah, for our friend Caleb, who's going to be in Chicago. I don't know if we're going to meet up yet, but yeah, we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, you failed.
Oh, I was gonna do a random sound to end, but whatever. Here's to you, Mark. What if I told you that the sweetest honey is made at Los Alamitos and Delta Downs? The three things